ask you, how do you define person? What would the normal definition out in our community be for that word? Human being. And if we take a look at the dictionary, it says a human being regarded as an individual. That's what we would normally view the word person to be. In law, okay, now we're using their words. Whenever you're dealing with corporations and the government and all that kind of stuff, person means an individual or incorporated group having certain legal rights and responsibilities. Not a human being regarded as an individual, but as an individual or corporation. So they actually said, compare artificial person and natural person. So I did. So I looked it up and I compared them. Artificial person, a legal entity, not a human being. Natural person, a natural person is a human being that has the capacity for rights and duties. Just because you have the capacity doesn't mean that you're going to use your free will to exercise them. You have the capacity for rights and duties, but it's up to you to exercise them. I actually found the legal dictionary that they use in the US. So every time they argue about the definition of a word, yeah, it's a volume that's as long as my arms of books. So by curiosity, I looked up the word person. And on each page there was probably, I would estimate, about 15 different definitions with each court case. And the word person ran for around 250 pages. So there was literally thousands of different definitions for the word person. How can anybody possibly learn all that in order to protect yourself? Well, part of the Magna Carta states that to none will we sell or deny a right or a justice. Well, what that means is that if you want to exercise your rights and you want to have justice, they can't sell it to you. They sure do now. It costs you hundreds of dollars an hour to hire a lawyer just so you can get justice.
Sometimes there are things that are more important than bread and butter.
Just what, for instance?
The right to think for yourself. This is a free country where nobody can set themselves up as absolute ruler and force other people to do their bidding. And as our country grows, more and more you'll find men and women marching and fighting side by side.
So at the Revolution, the sovereignty devolved on the people, and they are truly the sovereigns of the country. But they are sovereigns without subjects, with none to govern but themselves. The citizens of America are equal as fellow citizens. And this was a U.S. case in, what's the year, 1793. So every U.S. individual is sovereign if they knew about it and if they haven't got hooked into the corporate game that's being played down. So, a sovereign, a person, body, or state vested with independent and supreme authority. So, if you're sovereign, does that mean that somebody else has authority over you? No. You have the supreme authority.
What about an officer of the law?
They have no authority over you. They're your servant, okay? But what they do is they try to get you into a contract so that you contract away your rights so that they then have authority over you. Asking for a driver's license, insurance, and registration. If you give it to them, that's a contract. You then gave them authority. Then they can do whatever they want to.